If you want to copy the structure of the best Facebook ad I've ever placed, and I've invested over $5 million over the last 15 years, you're going to love this video. Nothing held back, no holds barred. This is perfect for coaches, course creators, anyone sharing advice, building a relationship with people, and wants to attract clients on a global scale. This video is 100% for you. So here we go. Let me start to share the ad itself. Before we even begin, this ad goes for 6 minutes. It's not about the length of the ad. Some people say, I only make the ad 30 seconds. If it's not boring, if people are learning stuff, then 6 minutes is fine. You spend just as much money on an ad that is 30 seconds versus 6 minutes. I've tested all these different variations. In between the 5 to 10 minute mark is the sweet spot. To begin, something like 5 or 6 minutes is perfect. It's an educational ad. It is not a salesy kind of ad. That's why we can get away with, so to speak, this kind of a length of an ad. You can see right now, there's a persistent heading at the top. Throughout the whole of this video, if I play it, I'm about to play it, throughout the whole of this video, this stays at the top to remind people why they're watching, and also so you can split test this. You can have different variations. The heading at the top right now, it's calling out a person and it's calling out a problem. Coaches is the person, and then the problem is stop saying discovery session. You could say, attention mothers, are you guilty you're juggling family life or something like that? One of the very best headlines I've ever seen that worked is when you tell people what not to do. Stop doing this thing. So they're learning what not to do and why. And if that's something that they're doing is very common in your industry, even better. The term discovery session in the coaching industry is rife. So I'm coming in and from a contrarian angle saying, stop doing this thing. I'll hit play.
If you're a coach, you got to stop saying discovery session.
Straight in with it. The very first line, I called out the person and I called out the problem. So now the algorithm knows who this ad is for. Not mincing words at all.
Session, and you must stop giving out free coaching sessions.
I've also thrown in a second contrarian angle, stop giving out free coaching sessions. So you could see it starts straight away with the content. I don't say, hi, my name is Cham. The other day I was talking to a client and people often ask, just straight in, straight away. Every split second counts, especially right at the start of the ad. You can see I've got captions. In previous videos, if you've seen the other ones I've done, I say if you're doing a video ad, you must have captions. You 100% have to have captions. Otherwise, you're wasting your money there.
Sessions. That is not a way to build your coaching business. First off, discovery sessions is not the word you want to use.
So you could see I'm walking around here and I'm doing it quite naturally, conversationally. In order to do this, I didn't have a teleprompter. I was walking around with, in this case, it was an SLR camera, but you could do it on your mobile phone. So it has to be rehearsed. To peek behind the scenes, I shot this video in Bali and I was doing it a lot harder than most people would in that it was quite hot. It was like humidity was high. It was about 34 degrees. You can see there's sweat on my shirt. One of the reasons why I wore a white shirt and not something where maybe I could, see the sweat going through it. It kind of blended in a bit. And I had time pressure because the sun was going down. Try not to shoot when there's only like 20 minutes of sunlight left. And I had to meet my friends at a restaurant within like 30 minutes. So there was a lot of pressure. Make sure you rehearse as much as possible. All right, here we go.
It just sounds like a very thinly veiled sales pitch. It's going to sound like, let's jump on.
Conversational tone. That's what we're trying to aim for here. Very conversational tone.
Let's jump on a call, and for 15 minutes, I'm going to discover if you will buy coaching from me. That's what it sounds like. So no wonder people aren't falling over themselves.
I had Invisalign here. I don't know if you could see with my teeth, but I recorded the video anyways. If you take a closer look, my Invisalign is now off. So don't worry too much about how you look as well. It's more the connection with the camera that people want to see the most. So pretend like you're speaking to a real life human being, and you got to get your confidence on camera skills up. It sounds like it's an actual conversation I might have with someone, and I'm inviting you into my life because it's like we're taking a walk along the beach or something.
To do your discovery session, or people don't show up once you've booked in for a discovery session. You'll get 3 times triple.
You can see I'm walking, so the video camera has to have video stabilization. You can make the video stable in post-production. It's probably not going to be as good. You can put your camera on some type of a gimbal or stabilizer. That's also possible too.
Triple the amount of results if you use something more like a strategy session. A strategy.
So I said, don't do discovery session, but now I'm helping you with, you should do strategy session instead.
Strategy session is where you're actually giving them value, a strategy of how to go from their current problem to their desired result. Now, Cham, maybe I should give out free coaching sessions instead because people more likely want to do the free coaching session. If your goal is just to fill up your calendar with people but not actually convert that prospect into a paying client, just give out all the free coaching sessions you could.
I'm having a direct conversation with my potential client about what to do and what not to do. I've rehearsed it so I come across more confident and conversational, not mincing words. We can't have ums and ahs. This isn't 100% necessary, but in an ideal world, the camera doesn't cut. On this specific ad, I even got a comment that people felt I was more trustworthy because there was no editing involved. I did this all in one take, like it came off the top of my head. It didn't just come off the top of my head. I wrote down the bullet points and I rehearsed them until that point where it seemed natural.
You could. The free coaching session should only be at the beginning when you want to build confidence or you want to build the coaching skill. But if you're actually trying to attract clients, giving out free coaching sessions will have the reverse effect. I just got a coaching session for you for free. Now,
you can see I'm looking away at the camera because A, I want to know where to walk, not to bump into the things or people, but also that's what you do in a normal conversation anyway, so it's totally fine.
Now, in the last 5 or 10 minutes of that coaching session, you're going to try and do the sales pitch part. You're going to say, oh, if you really like that, then maybe we could do something else. Here are my packages. And they're going to say, let me think about it. Or have you got something you can send me via email? This is not the way it should be done. I understand this is the way a lot of coaches are doing it because they don't know any better.
There's a little mistake in there, but I had to leave it in. I just felt because it was so small, it makes, someone else commented, it made it seem more natural and real that you left in tiny little mistakes. If the mistake was very big, then I would have to cut it out. If it was like 3 seconds of mistake or boredom, then I would have to cut it out or redo it. So anyone can create a video just walking around. You don't have to have a background like I do right now in my home office. And in some ways that can work against you. Now, having said that, there will be plenty of ads that I've done and most of them are in this setup. That can work as well. But for I know a lot of people, it could be out of reach. You can go down the more natural, conversational looking route.
Any better. The free strategy session, however, is win-win. You are helping your potential client win by giving them a strategy.
If I had to do my time over again, I would have reduced the brightness on the screen that I was using because you can see I'm wearing glasses and there's a little bit of a reflection when I look at it. You can see, not right now, but there's little rectangles sometimes when I move my eyes. That's only really necessary for people who wear glasses.
Of what they should do to fix their anxiety, or fix is probably not the right word, overcome their anxiety or find their life purpose or build a better relationship. So you were giving them the strategy on how to do that. So they are learning.
See, just then there was a slight amount of waffle. I wasn't just bang, bang straight with the content, but I left it in there and I thought that was fine to do because then I would have it in one take. To get to this point, it was probably about 10 takes. When I say 10 takes, it's not 10 takes of each, 6 minutes at a time. Sometimes the first and second takes only like 10 seconds, stuffed it up, 10 seconds. But once you get in the flow, the way I find it works, because there were 3 other videos I recorded, excluding this one. The way I find it works is each of the takes at the beginning, they take a while, but once you get in flow, you do the entire thing the whole way through. So the first 9 takes, you might only get up to 30 seconds, but the 10th one, you can go the whole way through.
Learning, but at the same time, when done correctly, you are also educating them about your coaching program, all the different steps of how to go from their particular problem to their desired result. So as an example, if you are helping people live a fulfilling life on purpose.
You can see right now we're 2 minutes in, but people are learning. If you will hold people's attention as long as you keep educating them with stuff that's relevant to them and you're not boring them. And as long as you're not, just selling for 6 minutes. If it's a 6-minute commercial, then sure, it's too long, but you're learning right now. I haven't mentioned any program to buy, any free event, any booking in for XYZ. We're going to get to that, obviously, but right now it's 2 minutes of just solid learning.
Well, then that strategy would be something like step 1, identify your values. Step 2, figure out your life purpose in accordance with those values. Step 3, set goals. Step 4, build habits, etc. Then when you get to the end of that strategy session, guess what happens there? Not only have they learned something, but now you have built the building blocks to be able to go and say, if you would like to implement this particular strategy, because we haven't done any coaching.
By the way, if I had my time over again, I would have said that I was in Bali. I think it just helps build a bit of the lifestyle. Right now, no one really knows that I'm traveling, but it would have been better if I was able to. That's one of the reasons why I did it with that backdrop. I wanted people to be able to see that I was not, I mean, I live in Sydney, but because I didn't mention I was in Bali, this could just as easily have been done in Sydney.
Coaching yet. If you would like to implement this particular strategy, I've got a coaching program that does exactly that. So you, in essence, have been selling while educating people about your coaching program the entire way. This is just one small hack.
All right, here we go. What's happened right now is I have opened a loop. So coaches stop saying discovery session is where we started. Then we went into here's what you should do instead, strategy session. Now I've closed that content piece and I'm starting to segue into the next piece. So I said, that's just one small thing. So that one small, I've called it a small thing because there's a bigger thing you need to learn soon.
One small trick it takes to build a successful coaching business.
People who are watching this video, stop saying discovery session, they want a bigger goal. So I'm saying that one small trick is finished, but you still have the goal of building a successful coaching business. The psychology of influence is what's happening right now.
If you want to learn how to attract coaching clients consistently, there are actually three.
If you want to learn how to attract coaching clients consistently, now I'm saying, I've mentioned the event name, by the way. You don't always have to do that, but I've mentioned the event name. I haven't said that that's the event name. I've just mentioned it. If you want to learn how to attract coaching clients consistently, there are three things you need to do. So I've turned that open loop from, hey, that was just a small thing. There's a bigger thing. If you want to get your bigger goal, here's the three things you need to do. And I'm going to mention these three things right now. We're still learning. Right now, it's 3 minutes in. No one knows that there's a free event coming.
Three things you need to do. It's called the marketing map. Meet your ideal client. There are only 7 different ways that I recommend.
If I had my time over again, I would definitely not put the logo on top of the captions. But anyways, c'est la vie.
Ask for their time. Don't ask for their credit card details.
So I'm explaining the 3 major reasons of why they should come to the event. Remember, if we want to influence and educate, first we teach a concept and then we say, if you want more, then you need to take action. So because I can't just say, I mean, I could, but it wouldn't be as good. Hey, if you like that little hack, then come to my big free event. I don't feel that segue is as good. I'd rather go from, if you like that little thing, then here is how you get your bigger goal. You must have these 3 things. I explain what those 3 things are, build the desire, then will come. If you want more detail about these 3 things, you got to take action. And in my case, my action is the free event, but your one could be the strategy session.
Details because you've got a special on. People don't buy something just because you're ready to sell them something. Don't ask for email addresses in exchange for an
See, the second tip I was saying, or the second pillar they need, is ask for time. So now I'm selling the concept of asking for time. I'm teaching you. Don't ask for email addresses in exchange for an ebook. You need to ask for time. I'm opening up another loop. I know I shouldn't ask for email addresses. I ask for time, but there's so much more I want to know now. You're building the desire to learn about how to ask for time.
An ebook, ask for time, because time is the building block of every successful relationship. So meet your ideal client, ask for their time.
So right now you've got 2 open loops. How do I meet my ideal client? If I had my time over again when I was mentioning this, I would give a number to elicit curiosity because it's just a very easy way to do it. I would say there are 7 ways I would only recommend you meet your ideal client. So now people also have another open loop. What are the 7 ways?
And then present your offer using what we call the vision script.
Open loop, vision script. I said you want to present your offer with the vision script. So now they're learning something. It's not just a straight sales pitch. You're learning, but you're also learning there's so much more to learn, also known as an open loop, a curiosity point. And if you want to close that curiosity and close that loop, you need to take action.
It's a way that you should be running your strategy session. It obviously takes a lot more time than
I've linked it back to the content as well. It's a very nice to have, but once you segue into the offer that you're making, it is good if that offer has some words that are related to why they're watching in the first place. So never forget, the same reason people come is the same reason they'll buy. The same reason they're watching this video in the first place, coaches stop saying discovery session, is the same reason that they will take action through it. So it is nice if I kind of link this concept of strategy session to the free event as well.
I'm in this quick video to show you how to do it.
So what I said just then, it takes more than the time I have in this quick video to show you how to do it. So a couple of things going on. I am giving you a valid logical reason of why I can't give you all this information now, because it's just a quick video, you know? Other reasons could be because I need to personally see your situation, or I need to run some tests on you, or everyone's situation is different. That's why we need to have a strategy session. So there's a valid reason why I'm withholding information or value from you right now.
So we're going to be doing live demonstrations at the upcoming event called How to Attract.
So I mentioned the word live demonstrations because I can't do a live demonstration on a recorded video. So that's another reason to come to the event. So that's why I created an event called How to Attract Coaching Clients Consistently. So now I give the name of the event.
Attract coaching clients consistently. This is a way that you can get results.
So we're just over halfway. So it's like the first half of the video was about straight value. Then I opened some loops and gave more value. And now the last 2 or 3 minutes is going to be about the free event.
Get results at triple the speed compared to what most coaches.
I've made a promise there. You'll get results at triple the speed compared to most coaches. If you can make some type of a claim or a promise that you feel comfortable with, that you can back up, then I would put it there. I'm not saying you're guaranteed to get results at triple the speed. I'm saying you will learn how to get results at triple the speed.
Coaches out there do, just pulling their hair out, posting random stuff on social media.
Talking about what not to do as well, I think it's just as important for you to mention what to do as what not to do. I talked about posting random stuff that people are doing. And quite here, you can see quite clearly my Invisalign. I probably would have taken off my retainers at that point in time because of the reflection. Anyways.
It doesn't really lead anywhere. If you'd like to learn more or get your free ticket, all you got to do is click the link.
Learn more or get your free ticket. Not everyone is going to watch the entire video. So I've already gone for the call to action at 4 minutes in. So probably a minute after I mentioned there was a free event, a minute or less, I've already asked for the call to action. The first time. There's going to be multiple calls to action.
Near this video. In case we have...
I've used the wording, click the link near this video, because I don't know where it's going to be. If I always say click the learn more button, what if I decide in the future I don't want to have a learn more button? It's going to be confusing. If I say underneath this video, it's not always underneath. Sometimes it could be on top. So I just say click the link near this video. It just makes it a lot easier. It covers all the bases.
In case we haven't met before, by the way, my name's Cham Tang.
So some people may not know me. Most people won't know me. So I should have a credibility section. But the credibility section, I feel if I'm going to start to introduce myself and talk about how amazing I am, that should come further along towards the end, not at the start. I lead with the need, their problems, their desires, their goals, the free thing they're going to get, and then I can talk about myself a little bit later. Funnily enough, if you watch this entire video, I haven't even mentioned my name. I mean, the name should come up when I place the Facebook ad, because it should come from a Facebook page saying Cham Tang or whatever your full name is. But this is the first time I've talked about myself. 4 minutes into it.
The co-founder of a company called Authentic Education.
If you don't know, stock footage just to build credibility. I know not everyone has it, but this shows that I am not a fake expert, that not everyone can do this. Not everyone can fill a room with people and have events.
What it is we do, I think the Huffington Post...
Me on stage as well, offering credibility that is hard for me to say, like, hey, everyone, I'm so awesome. But a picture paints 1,000 words very, very quickly. So I'd rather show pictures where possible. Whatever you've got to add to your credibility. I know not everyone's got pictures on stage, but if possible, something. Even if it's a one-on-one session with you and one client or something.
Summed it up best when they said, Authentic Education is Australia's leading training company, helping people do what they love.
So explaining what we do, but it's nice that I could grab a quote from the Huffington Post as well.
It would be my privilege to help you shortcut all of the mistakes that I made and I've invested millions.
So I guess I want the feeling, and it is true, that I'm one of you. I understand what you're going through and I want to help you. That's the tone of the message.
Millions of dollars in marketing over the last
Now I'm going for credibility. I've invested millions of dollars in marketing over the last 15
years. Run live events, gone to Mind, Body, Spirit festivals, done networking events, gone to, what else, cold calling, direct messaging people, joining LinkedIn groups and Facebook groups and all this other stuff. It would be my privilege to shortcut your time just from one business owner to another. And in case you're wondering, why is this particular event?
So there's an objection you've probably heard that I like to cover, which is why is the event free? So whatever it is that your client might object to, handle that in the ad itself. I know you can't handle all of them, but definitely the top ones. And I feel one of the biggest ones is, why is this event free? And here is how I generally handle it.
Free. To shoot straight, we use the freemium marketing method. So why is Zoom free, Spotify free, or Gmail free?
The easiest way to explain something to someone is to link it to something they already know. So you already know that these other things are free, and I'm just linking it to something you already know. It's a very powerful way to explain something to someone very quickly, be it a coaching client, in marketing, in sales.
They just give a great value service for free.
They give a great value service for free up front. What's happening here? I'm indirectly saying that my service will be great value for free up front.
For free up front, and they know a small percentage of people.
All right, the wording here is very important. They know a small percentage, so I'm trying to relieve the pressure from you. So I'm saying a small percentage of people, so it's not everyone. I'm not expecting you to buy just because you're there at my session, but a small percentage of people, that word small will relieve the pressure people feel.
People will pay them for that premium version. We do exactly the same thing. In short, karma rewards us.
So I added another thing here. Karma rewards us. In other ones, I think I'm having two bites of the cherry, an alternate variation of why is it free. You could go the freemium method. I could say karma rewards us. You just put good work out there, and just karma has a way of rewarding you for the service you provide for others. And another variation I've said is just mathematics. Like mathematics will reward. I know only like a small percentage of people might decide to take us up on the premium version, but it makes it win-win for everyone.
Or the mathematics, they just reward us. And we advise people to do the same thing as well. Something that you've probably not had in an ad like this or a video like this is radical transparency.
This I didn't rehearse. I just made up off the top of my head. Maybe about, so far what you've seen in this video, 80% of it I thought I was going to say, and 20% I made up on the spot. This last part was one of those things.
Transparency. So what I'm about to say is kind of funny if you say it out loud, but you are not only going to learn how to actually attract clients, building relationships with people until they're ready to buy, but you're going to see me do it live, like I'm doing right now. Why did I teach you something at the start of this video? To build a relationship with you.
So I'm being very transparent with them by giving them the truth of what they've already seen in this video. I'm calling out the elephant in the room because some people already know what's happening, but they trust me more if I just shoot straight. And I feel transparency builds that trust with them as well. I'm also showing people that I walk my talk, and it's like, I'm going to tell you the truth right now. And that will build a stronger relationship with people because they feel this guy is going to give it to me straight, the real deal, not hold anything back. Why do I think that's going to happen at the Zoom event? Because he's doing it right now. And that is something that I rarely see on a social media video, let alone an ad.
So that you spend more time with me on this video, and it builds trust. Education. If you like educating people as a coach, and I can only assume you do, that is the best way to sell. That is the best way to attract more clients. It doesn't even feel like selling. It just feels like...
I did like the tone of voice change there as well from a conversation. That is the best way to sell. I thought that part was good. That's probably the biggest tone of voice change I've seen the whole video. It hasn't been bad, the whole video, but more of that stuff towards the end would have been better.
It's like helping, like serving. That is what I'd love to impart to you. So if you want to learn more or register for your free ticket, all you have to do is click the link near this.
That was the second call to action. If I had to reshoot it, I think there should have been one more before this, because before we looked at, there was a call to action at 4 minutes, and now there's a call to action at 6 minutes. I really think 2 minutes talking about the free event and not asking people to act is a little bit much. Do you know what I mean? I think there should have been one at the 5-minute mark as well.
This video. So until we meet again, just remember.
I didn't know what to say, and I thought I'm just going to finish this video off how I normally finish videos. Until we meet again, just remember.
You don't have to get it right. You just have to get it started. I'll see you soon.
So I probably would have ended it with something more specific to what they actually heard about. I would say something like, so if you want to stop doing discovery sessions and start building your business properly, click the link and I'll see you soon. Because then it's more related to the actual video. So that is the breakdown of what I feel is my best video ad ever, something you can copy. I know there was a lot, especially towards the pointy end. It seems very conversational, like I just thought of these things off the top of my head. And that's how we want it to be, because on the one hand, we want it to be conversational, but on the other hand, we don't want it to just be a meandering conversation that doesn't, produce a result or anything like that. So we just need to practice enough so it looks natural. And it is natural, like it genuinely feels natural in that way. There's lots of things that you could learn out there, but you need to do what we call a GPS. It's an acronym. It stands for gather, prioritize, start. So you gather all the things you could do. Cham, I've got 50 niches. Cham, I've got 50 marketing ideas. Cham, I've got 50 ideas for a video ad. Gather them all together. Write them down. That's the G. Then the P stands for prioritize, also known as pick. How do you prioritize or pick from the 50 what is the highest priority? If I've got 50 ideas, I can't have 20 priorities. I can probably have one priority, just pick one. And if I've got more time, then I can pick a second, maximum 3. But in an ideal world, it's one priority. Then the S, start that thing and actually start taking action on it. And in that way, it just simplifies it. So if you're a creative person, if you're a visionary, you can have 50 or 60 ideas, but just pick the most important one and then actually start doing that one thing. But Cham, what about the actual steps to attract clients, the details? Glad you asked. If you're interested in learning the only 7 marketing methods I recommend, a step-by-step process on how to attract clients from scratch, I've put together an entire masterclass that outlines how we have gone from not knowing anything about business to building over a $55 million revenue business and helping thousands of coaches across the world do just that. So this is perfect for you if you're in the phase of getting clients. Just click the link below to learn more. I'm going to open it up to a couple of questions. If you've got questions about what I shared just then about the video ad, go for it, Christy.
You mentioned at the very beginning 5 to 6 minutes for an educational ad. If it's an ad that's promoting a product, is there a different timeline for that?
If it's educational and you're promoting a product, it's still roughly the same. I would say anywhere between 5 minutes minimum to 10 minutes maximum. If it's not an educational ad and it's just a straight promotional thing, then we are looking at more something like the 1 minute mark instead.
Thank you.
Craig, go for it, Craig.
Quick question for you. What do you could break down this video as much as you want. I've seen your videos are all over the place. You're in my algorithm everywhere. What do you think was specific about this? Because I've seen other ones where you're walking around and you're talking and what have you. I find these kind of ads where I find you sitting in your room also, just as informative to me. What do you think is the breakdown? I'm probably not going to be walking around Melbourne shooting videos. So what do you think that it comes down to?
It comes down to a very strong message. In this case, it was coaches stop saying discovery session. And I think it came down to the casual, personal nature of the video, the way it was filmed. Because I was walking, it was a bit more interesting because it was handheld, it seemed more real, as opposed to this is a bit more higher production quality. But the reason I generally like to opt for this higher production quality is because I've got the setup already set up, and it's so much easier for me to load the teleprompter and then just start recording, and I don't have to leave my house. It's a controlled environment. When you're outside, you've got other things. You've got other noises, you've got the light, the angles, and then obviously you got to get outside and walk around and find somewhere. So to answer your question, it was the casual nature of it, which could be done in your house, and it could be shot on a mobile phone as well. So it's the casual nature of I'm having a conversation with you, and it was the the strong message of stop saying discovery session. Yeah.
All right, great. Thanks for that, Cham.
Olivia, go for
Quick
it.
technical question. What did you shoot on? I know it was the iPhone or a phone, but was it Instagram or was it something different in terms of a platform to allow you to put in your clips?
So we edited it with CapCut, but I just shot the video on an SLR camera. But you can't really tell it's an SLR. I could have just as easily shot it on an iPhone as well. What made it harder for me is SLR cameras are heavier. Yeah, it's like 5 times the weight. So after a while, if you do 10 takes and you're holding up your thing, you can't just hold it out like that. As far as that, you'd be like a Superman unless you're used to it. Maybe I got to do workouts before I do this thing. So I was holding it like this because that's what I can maintain. Or I'll hold it out like that and then I'll rest and I'll hold it like this because your arm gets tired. Yeah, that's what happens. There's other physical things. And if you are going to do it on holidays, I would rehearse it beforehand. You want to have your bullet points scripted, you rehearsed it, you've embodied it. So when you're on holidays and you're out and about, if you see a nice location, you want to be able to only spend like maybe 15 to 20 or 30 minutes recording, not like 2 hours rewriting the script and then recording, like, because you're on holidays. Do you know what I mean? So if you are going to have a getaway, I would try and do all the bullet points and everything beforehand. All right. I hope you enjoyed today's session. And I am going to take everyone off mute to say goodbye. And until we meet again, just remember, you don't have to get it right. You just have to get it started. See you later, all.
Thank you so much, Cham.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your week. Hope you enjoyed that.